Hey guys, we're ready to get started. We're going to go through the whole car washing process, and to start off, we're going to be going through pre-wash initially. So I'll put you through to Romy, and he'll explain to you what the process is going to be.
Hey guys, so the entire wash process is made up of a number of things. We'll break it down into sections and show you guys exactly what's involved. The first thing is the snow foam. A lot of people may not understand what it is. A lot of people have heard things, seen it, and don't really know how it all works. So primarily what we want is that we want to basically put the snow foam to get on, it gets onto the actual paintwork, and it basically drags off any of the top layer dirt, okay? So it's a little bit difficult to see on the silver, but primarily in this case, the car is a little bit, well, it's quite clean. However, down on the bottom sections is most important, where the snow foam works best. However, on the top sections as well, if there's any of the dirt layer, this will obviously cling to it and basically take it off. So we'll go through that process and I'll show you exactly how it works.
And Romy, a lot of people do ask about the snow foam, and a lot of people say it's a bit very gimmicky at times. But listening to your explanation, it's awesome. It actually does really work.
Yeah, and basically all the products, guys, just to let you know, all the products that we work with are between a pH 6 and a 7, which is basically where you want to be in order not to do any damage, because I see it time and time again, even on a brand new car. I had a brand new S4 that I was inspecting and working on just the other week. I think it had 800 kilometers on it, and on the top of the vehicle, specifically where the rubbers go around the sunroof and the panoramic side, the rubbers were actually already white, and the cars only had 800 kilometers. That's primarily because they were using a particular product which contains sulfate. So just a bit of education, I won't get into this too much, but sulfate is basically the creator of the suds, right? You might see a snow foam that may look more suddier than ours and say, well, is that better because it's thicker? Well, not necessarily. You always need to look at, I love looking at the SDSs. I'm a bit of a tech nerd when it comes to these, and please guys, reach out if you need to and ask us. But yeah, always look out for sulfate, or what's called an abbreviated SLS. If that is in the contents of your product, it basically means it is a foaming action which will attack the rubbers and will deteriorate them.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Romy. And see, this way he's the master.
No, no, I'm just happy to teach others.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Romy. All right, we'll get started, guys, and we'll go through the video process in a second.
Hey guys, so basically we're gonna take the snow foam and we're gonna get the cannon, and this is obviously without the top. Now, as you can see, I've filled it roughly to about 400 mil. Now, I know a lot of you guys put it up to a litre, and some other people have got different methodologies. This is what I do, and this is what I think is best and what always works for me. So all I'm going to do is put 100 mil in here. So it's very easy to see, especially because this liquid has a nice colour to it. It's actually got a nice smell to it as well. So we're going to go, as we can see, we're climbing up to that 500 mil. Okay, that's plenty, okay? So we've got that, and now we're basically going to go through and begin snow foaming the car.
Awesome. Thanks, mate.
Okay. Hey guys, so now we're ready to actually put the snow foam on. I like using the quick and fast methodologies with all my equipment. You can use Karcher, you can use any brand you want. Just obviously make sure that you've got the right fitting if you do choose to upgrade the snow foam cannon. So basically I've just got to click that on, and that should click on, there we go. All right, so we're basically going to start from the top of the car and then work our way down. I like to start from the top, just like you're washing, because you want to start sort of from the top of the car is obviously where it is most affected from the climate. And then obviously down at the bottom level is where most of the dirt clings onto, okay? So So that's the way I do it, and we'll begin. As you can see, guys, the snow foam is going on quite thick. Obviously, I didn't do the rinse beforehand because this car, as I said, is quite clean. If your car is quite dirty, I prefer to do a quick rinse and then put the snow foam on top. Now, as you can see, it's actually clinging on quite well. That tells you that it's a very good product. Okay, so I've done the top part, so now I'm going to come through the sides. This side first, and then I'll go around the other side. Don't be afraid to get into the wheels as well, because basically they're going to be the next ones that we clean. So here we go. Alright. So as you can see, you can get the adjustable fans. I keep it quite thin. I just want to get it on there quite thick. I don't want the fans too widely spread. And as you can see, guys, we've still got technically probably about 100 mil in there. I'm just showing you that there's no point shoving excessive amounts of product and wasting excessive amounts of product when you don't need to. So we'll let that sit. As always, the fuel tank is always, the fuel cap area gets quite dirty. Okay, so that's it. Hey guys, so we're letting the snow foam settle and basically take off that top layer of dirt. As you can see, it's doing its job. What I like to do while this happens, by the way, you normally leave it for about 5 to 10 minutes. Everybody's conditions will be different depending on if you're outdoors. Obviously being outdoors and if the humidity is high and there's a bit more higher temp areas, you'll probably only leave it for 5 minutes. Now, we're lucky enough to be indoors and have an internal wash bay area, so we'll probably leave it for about 10 minutes. Now, whilst it's sitting here, what I like to do, if we're going to do, you know, a full detail, I like to get my detailing brush. A boar's hair brush is probably recommended, and I like to just go through the rubbers and just make sure we're getting right in there and cleaning this out. Now, you should see, there you go there. You can actually see the blackness come off the rubbers. So when we do the rinse, you'll actually get all of that area cleaned up properly, okay? So you can see the brush has actually got blackness on it. And then we'll just go around. And again, you know, I think this is quite important, especially if the car is of similar age and has been sitting around for a while. Even through here, through the fuel cap area, again, as I mentioned before, it gets quite dirty in here because it's hardly clean. I mean, how many people do you know that, you know, bother cleaning this area when they do a normal car wash at one of those car wash areas? The other side as well, actually I'll show over here because we've got a bit more better lighting. So the other side here is probably coming through here and just cleaning out around these rubbers as well. Okay, so that's very important. It's just getting into those areas where you won't really get in with your sponging when you do your hand washing. Okay, so let's go through here, and again the sunroof guys as well. They're probably those rubbers. Probably can't see it, but those rubbers are probably hardly ever clean. And then you can just do the windscreen seals, and you guys get the point, right? So that's pretty much it. We'll do a rinse in a moment, and then we'll continue on through the wash process. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, we're back and we're about to, you can actually see it's starting to dry around here. Luckily, we're indoors. The tops of the car still have the snow foam, as you can see. And what we want to do is obviously go over these areas with the rubbers and stuff where we went over with the boar's hair brush and deeply rinse them off, okay? So here we go. We're going to start from the top of the car again and work our way around down the sides. Because again, we don't want to start from the bottom and spray dirt up onto the top. So here we go. By the way, guys, you're probably wondering on the tip size, I use a 15 degree. I like to keep the fan quite thin, and so it gets into the areas very well and gets all the dirt out. You can actually see some of the dirt. I don't know if Rick has got that on camera. You can actually see some of the dirt specks that have been captured within here. We've loosened it up. Very important just to get that deep clean out of those rubbers. And again through here, Rich, if you can see that.
Yep.
The dirt specks.
Yeah, awesome.
And again, guys, we're doing the rinse. We're not really putting our hands on it and going to scratch the car. If this gets minor swirls or minor scratches, we can talk about that and how to remove those in our paint correction stage.
Okay.
All right, guys, so we're back. We're just going to rinse down the wheel. It's going to be quite a lot of crap coming out of it. Very important to be very thorough. As you can see through here, you can zoom in through there, you can actually see how clean that is, even down through here. You can actually get our finger, there's still a bit of dirt residue.